This says rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. You know the worst part, the ugliest part inside of us? We will never admit it. But there's a little piece of us. When that person fails, oh, I'm sorry. Right? That person's failure, we may say on the outside, but secretly, we're cheering for it. We're hoping, fail, fail, fail. And the opposite, that person's success, we get angry. We get upset. We are the exact opposite of this verse. It says that we should truly, the measure, we should rejoice with those who rejoice, even if they're people that we don't like. Even if people, and we should weep with those who weep. Now again, I'm not telling you that you're evil if you have this inside you. All I'm simply saying, I'm not judging anyone. All I'm saying is we got work to do. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is not that you're the worst person, because it's all of us, but it simply highlights the fact that we got something that we need to work on. It's so easy to say they need and they should and when are they, but all I'm saying is we got something inside of us, because if it is possible, as much as depends on you, we're going to live peaceably with all men. We're going to strive for reconciliation, because that's who we're called to be. And that gets us to the conclusion of the chapter right here, verse 17, then our theme verse, verse 18. He sums it up and says, simply, repay no one evil for evil. Repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. If it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men. How many of us, I want to be a better person. I want to get closer to God. I want to be a better Christian. St. Paul says, here's your chance. Here's your chance. You said you want to be a better person, right? Here's your chance. Repay no one evil for evil. Or, I will come back to, I will not get back at. You want to be a better person? I got your challenge for you. 2022. You be a better person by focusing on this. Coming back to, not stopping halfway, coming back to versus getting back at. Now, last thing I want to say here. Assumingly, right now, you got someone in your mind that as we've been working through this together, you're thinking to yourself, I hate this person, and now I hate Father Anthony for telling me to be nice to this person. And I get it. But what I'm going to say first thing is, come back to, don't get back at. So we already talked about no, so I get it. I get it. And I get that this is a heavy weight. And I get, like I said, that there's a lot of emotion that's involved in this. I get it, I get it, I get it. So because I don't want to just leave you with this heavy weight, I want to give you two things to walk away here with. I want to give you a prayer that you can pray and a question that you can ask. And I think if you pray this prayer and you answer this question, it will make this weight a little bit lighter. For the person who, like I said, you got your arms crossed. Father Anthony, everything you're saying is nice. I will do it once they do that. Once they come to me. Once they come and apologize. Once they admit, I get it, I get it, I get it. I'm going to start with the prayer. And again, because I know what's inside all of us. As soon as I show you the prayer on the screen, something inside you is going to resist. Is going to push back. Is going to... And when that happens, I'm telling you in advance, when that happens, I want you to try to figure out why that is. Because I think it may be indicating that, again, I'm not saying you're the worst person on the planet, but it may be indicating that there's something inside that you're not really ready to admit yet. Maybe there is, it said love without hypocrisy, maybe there's a little bit of hypocrisy in there. We talk about forgiveness, maybe there's a little bit of unforgiveness. Maybe it's not that the other person needs, maybe it's me, I need to. So something is going to come inside you, and when that does, I want you to embrace and figure out why that is. Ready for the prayer? This is what we're going to pray. We're going to pray, Heavenly Father, help me to see blank the way you do. And you're going to insert that person's name. Hopefully you did not insert my name, but if you'd want to do it. Heavenly Father, help me to see so-and-so the way you do. And help me to feel towards so-and-so the way you do. This is the goal of life. Calling ourselves Christians means we want to be like Christ. The goal of Christ is to act as he acted, to talk as he talked, to see as he saw, and to feel as he felt. That's the goal. And it's a high goal that no one's going to get to by the end of today, but that's what we should be striving for, is how to see others the way Christ sees them and to feel about them as he does. Now, as you pray this prayer, I want you to, the question, do you think about this person? Do you think that as Christ looks at this person and thinks about them, do you think Christ is standing like this as he thinks about this person? Do you think Christ is saying, when they come to me, then I will? Do you think, just simply, do you think he hates them? Simplify it for you in one question. Do you think your Heavenly Father is angry with that person at all? I don't know. Do you think he's angry with them? I'm stewing. I can't. But do you think he is? Can I tell you what I think? I think when that person prays, God hears them. I think when that person cries, I think God wipes their tears. Here's the hardest part. I think when that person repents, God accepts them and rejoices over them with everlasting joy. Do you? I think God is brokenhearted over the sin that led that person to that state, but I don't think that God is angry at the person. I think God looks at it and says, like we said earlier, I abhor what is evil. I hate the sin. I hate the conflict. But I don't hate the person. And I think what he's saying is, I'm going to do whatever it takes. He saying, if it is possible, as much as depends on me, I'm going to have reconciliation with every person on this planet. And we're his children. And that's why our prayer is, God, help me to think as you think about them and to see as you see. But the problem is, as long as I am waiting for them, as long as I am, well, I'm ready to forgive whenever they're ready to apologize, as long as I am passive aggressive, as long as I am doing all those things, again, not saying you're the worst person, but it simply means that there's work to be done on our end. Because when you start to see the person as your Heavenly Father sees them, you know what happens then? Walls start to come down. When you start to feel towards that person the way your Heavenly Father feels towards them, bridges start to get built. Things that were such a big deal start to dissipate. Things that were all never, he has to. Those things, when you see as God sees, when you feel as God feels, it doesn't put a change in the relationship, but it makes a change inside us. And that's the goal of this series.